Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk about how colonization works in EU4. In order to be able to even consider colonization, you have to have a colonist. In order to get a colonist, you have to unlock that through ideas. The ideas that give you colonization ability are going to be expansion ideas or exploration ideas. Exploration ideas also unlock the quest for the New World, which is incredibly important if you plan on colonizing the Americas. This is what allows you to recruit explorers and conquistadors. Conquistadors allow your army to travel into terra incognita while on the land. Having an explorer allows your ships to travel into terra incognita while at sea. So without having explorers or conquistadors, you cannot explore over to the Americas, which means you have to wait for enough time to have passed that they get discovered by trade and by people telling you that they exist, and hope that there's still land available to colonize. So if you expect to colonize, you have to take the exploration ideas group. From there, we get some numbers that are very important. We have this Colonial Expansion section under the Stability and Expansion tab. Your colonial range is how far away from your nearest cored province you're allowed to expand. So in this case, if I were to go to the colonial map mode, I can see that I'm allowed to colonize here. It says here that Rio de Oro is 102 distance away from our closest unblockaded core province with a port, which is Madeira. Madeira is right here. So by having Madeira, we're able to go to here. We're also allowed to colonize down here because in this case Portugal starts with a colony right here. Or actually rather Fernando Po. Yep. This isn't a colony, excuse me. But having this colony here allows us to go within a certain range of that section. So without having a sufficient colonial range, we won't be able to bridge the gap between these 2 points. One of the advantages is that if we play as Portugal, we end up getting Cape Verde, or this is available. If you get this colonized, you can use this as a bridge between the 2 oceans, or between the 2 continents, excuse me. Some of the other numbers that are very important for colonization are your global settler increase. This is also increased by ideas. We can get things like the expansion idea will reduce, you get an extra colonist. Nope, it's not under that one. I think it was actually under expansion ideas. Increases your colonial range. There we go, global settler increase. This increases the speed that your colonies will grow at. By default, they have a no modifier except for the -5 for having no adjacent controlled. However, if we were to build or colonize something that's directly adjacent to something we already control, we wouldn't have that penalty. The global settlers increase number increases the number of settlers that come on an annual basis by a flat rate. And then the colonist travel time just reduces how long it takes your colonists to get where they're going. Now, when you're colonizing, it's important to look at a few things. You want to look at the potential tax of the county or province to see how much it will be worth when you actually take it. If you have a choice, you should generally try to choose the ones that have higher income. They'll have more production, more taxation, and just be better overall. There's also definitely a colonization rush in the beginning of EU4, where he who can colonize fastest gets the most from the benefits, reaps the most reward. Now, this number here, settler chance, and this number here, traveler time, are very closely impacted by that colonist travel time. And then also, your settler chance is going to be modified by your production efficiency, the location of the colony, and the native aggressiveness. Each little axe will increase or rather decrease the likelihood of settlers happening by 0.5% per axe. Ferocity just increases how much damage they do when they do attack. The native number here increases the amount of manpower that you get. It says there is a native population of 5,000. They may or may not tolerate our presence. When the colony becomes a city, the remaining natives will increase its base tax by 1 and manpower by 500. So keeping the natives alive increases your manpower. Killing them reduces the likelihood that they attack you and makes your colonies build faster. So you've got a risk versus reward, short-term versus long-term type idea to work with. Now, this settler's chance is not the likelihood that you actually colonize. This is the likelihood that having your colonist stay in the colony has a chance per month of adding a few extra colonists. So the higher that colonist chance, or the settler chance, the more likely they are to add a few more people every single month. Now, in this case, we actually don't even have any colonists, but we do have 2 colonies. That's just how the demo was built. So we can't send anybody here to increase it, but we would have a 53% chance every single month of adding a few extra people to the colony. So in general, I would definitely prioritize getting counties that are higher in income but low in aggressiveness and ferocity, high population, and the faster you can do it, the better. So that's how colonization works in EU4. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.